we at war. Lock and load. Yeah. We at war, we at war. Going to war. Yeah. No cap. We at war. Big snuggler. Yeah. King Cuddler. We at war, we at war. Let's go. Yeah. NFTs, nuts. It's a drug war, all in, bro. Guns drawn.
Oh, yes, indeed. We at war. It's all happening. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good night, good day, good whatever it is to you out there, wherever you might be joining us from live and direct for the Boss Battles Division 2 recap as we go over the battles that were. Good evening, Mr. Eisenberg. How are you?
Good. How are you? The intros always get me hyped. I'm always kind of a little bummed when they fade out because I want to keep listening.
Mm-hmm. It's such a dope track. I can't wait for it to be on Spotify so I can do it in my car without having to, while driving with my knee, switch over to OpenSea. And I mean, not watch it, not listen to it all and be a responsible commuter. No, it needs to be on Spotify. Shall we bring up his recovering self from what has been what I understand to be a massive birthday weekend? Joining us live in the studio, Mr. Brooke Howard Smith.
Wow.
Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, it's been that's probably the first time I've talked in a little while. Hi. Wait.
Don't sound any worse for the wear.
Oh man. It's been amazing. It's been a really good weekend.
Wow, sounds like it. Oh my gosh.
It's a little bit. Well, it's Monday now, so it's kind of like, yeah. Good morning. Hello, everybody.
How was it?
Good morning, sir.
It was really amazing. It was awesome. It was exciting, expensive, a lot of fun.
Where's Skylar? Bring her in.
In that order?
Where's what? Do you know who is right above me?
I know Skylar was she was with Trevor earlier.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Arlo right above me though. Right now I'm waking up Cal Mulvey. I don't know if you remember Cal Mulvey. So he's just arrived and is staying at my house just above me right now.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Hello guys. How are you? And as such, again, I feel a little bit kind of removed because I haven't been in any kind of shape to make it to the internet for the last 4 days.
Hey, how was Slothy? Did he have a good time at your birthday?
He was not there.
No. What?
Oh, no.
Oh, man. I hate to hear that.
Just 50 people. Exactly 50 people.
One for each year. Was that actually how you coordinated it?
Yep.
No way.
Not one for each year, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, how's it going?
It's been incredibly exciting, nail-biting. The boss battles have been a massive, massive hit. We've got plenty of people ready, queued up, willing and waiting to shit-talk their way into whatever trouble they can get into. Some of the leadership changes have made people feel a little bit more humbled, and we'll see how that feels tonight. But yes, it's been. I've been really enjoying the boss battles, to be fair. I think they're almost as exciting as some of the matchups we've seen so far, and we've only got one round left. So today will be interesting to see if there was any.
Well, speaking of, Brooke, your time is up. The time for messing around with your team you've got to get your team finalized.
Is it really up though? Because
it's really
today.
Up.
I've got an appeal today. And I know that it just being
Hi.
It's.
Oh, baby.
Okay, well, I see. Look, I've got a puppy. It's cool that we're all doing this. Okay, you go over there, puppy, now. Move on there. So, guys.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Arlo. I feel like because I haven't yet received your birthday presents from you guys. Not yet. I'm assuming
I dedicated my boss battle victory to you.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Beautiful, man. I would have thought that there'll be today later on. I've got a request. And this request I think is reasonable. At least that's how I've rationalized it. So if you hang on, and by the way, Trevor, this is what you do in a broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Early on, You want to tease some moments coming up, hold the people through. So later on, I am going to reveal my plan for my boss battle, which I believe has some substance to it, which is lucky because 45 minutes ago I had nothing, no plan whatsoever.
I was going to say this sounds sketchy because you're not revealing your team. You're revealing your plan for your team. It's like the meeting before the meeting.
Kind of.
It sounds like it's come out of a place of sheer, utter dazed and confused, and like a gem of wisdom has landed on you.
Where great ideas come from, Trevor. That's
exactly
where it's come from. And so that's not for now though. That's for later. So if you feel like sharing this, like, subscribe, of course, to Drug Receipts if you haven't on the YouTube. Definitely share this because there's some gold coming later on. I hope for all of us. Maybe not for me.
Not only have we got Brooke Howard Smith's gold coming up on the show as he reveals his well thought out and structured plan of dominance, we've also got a few special guests joining us on the show. So we have bosses from the previous round that have just taken place coming on the show to have a little bit of a chat about what went down and how it affected them both emotionally and psychologically. And then we also have the bosses from the next round, or at least one of the bosses from the next round, stepping up to have a little bit of a chat to everybody and maybe even lay down a little propaganda. So it's all going down on the show today.
Exciting. Awesome. Trevor, you said how much fun you've been having with the boss battles. It's true because we've been through several rounds, and with the boss battle, you get this infusion of new teams, new team owners. It adds a whole new dynamic, and it definitely injects a little bit of excitement and freshness into the battles.
Yes.
New teams is such a great thing, isn't it? Imagine if they were really new, like literally 30 seconds before the battle begins, the team was a set. It's a great idea. Teasing later in the show, we'll talk about that. Right, let's go.
All right. So without further ado, let's take a look at the battles that were. We have No Cap, We at War, whose remarkable tune introduced the show today, took on Project Mayhem, and the M&M's crew, whose tune typically closes the show, took on the 69 Mafia crew. So there it is. That's what went down. Now, should we bring up the boss from the first battle that went down?
I think you're in charge of the show. I think you're supposed to be.
I'm not in charge of the show.
If you do that, I'll be very impressed.
Yeah,
I didn't know that he was here, but
boom. Oh, we're all doing show and tell. Look, what's the
it's fitting.
G'day, Jerry. What's your dog's name?
Because it's Daisy. She's a little Chihuahua, which is fitting because apparently I'm all bark and no bite.
Oh man.
Congratulations.
Is that part of your graciousness in losing is putting up that background?
It is. Is
that what
well done nicely? Yes. I said a lot of mean things about him yesterday. And he beat me. He's more popular than I am. And he also threatened me in IRL. So
yeah.
I had a decision to make. Do I let him win? Do I?
Has he returned children yet, or is he still holding those?
Well, I'm missing a dog, so one of those is gone. I'm supposed to have two. There's only one for you guys right now. So
I've got a battle coming up tomorrow, and so you're suggesting that saying a lot of mean things in a close-knit community is not a good strategy. Is that so? I'm going to throw that one out. That one out.
You'd have thought a tough guy like Nicely could have handled it, but he was in the Discord really saying that I was kind of he called me an asshole. And you've seen worse things in life, Nicely, but I got to him. I had to let him. I didn't know it hurt. Had to let him win. Got to boost the confidence. I do think he's one of the teams to beat going forward in the big tournament, right? So
yeah,
I don't want to
losing. Yeah. The only sort of silver lining if you lose is if the team that beats you ends up winning the whole thing, then you can say, well, look, it was the number one team that took me out.
That's right.
If he ends up getting his ass kicked in the next round, then you just look terrible, mate. You just
exactly. Right. And that's why I'm looking for him now.
So, guys, just again, because I've been on a near media blackout. When I saw that propaganda, the M&M's propaganda, was that specifically aimed at you yesterday? It was so good.
We've got that
Obviously,
song. Can we show
it's
that?
obviously the best. That's the best thing I've seen so far, right? So that's pretty hard to beat.
Mm.
So that plus your bullying are the two things that we're thinking maybe have sunk your team.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, but I do think we brought a lot of votes out, so that's a little consolation prize for me, right?
Do you know the best part about this is if I hadn't been late, I think I was scheduled to go. Or was I scheduled to go to get today, guys? I just don't want to go up against Nicely, is what I'm saying. Is there a chance? Which is done. I'm out. I've got away from it. Done. Easy as. Brilliant.
Yes. Well, we did have to do a little bit of a last minute reshuffle to accommodate Brooke, who's been on a 3-day bender, and I'm copping slack grief as a result of it, Brooke. So I will be seeking some sort of remuneration from you for the trouble that you've caused.
Cool. Even for the no birthday present.
Yes. Okay. So let's have a look at the battle that was. We're going to do it in reverse order since we've got Jerry on the show. We'll start with the M&Ms taking on the 69 Mafia. Let's have a look at what the result of that particular battle was. Boom. Look at that. That is a flame through the center of everything you stand for. Shattered the 69 Mafia. What was the score on this one, Arlo?
So the score on that was 89-54. And Fresco is right. The other matchup that was featured in this set, which we're going to get to in a second, but the total margin or the total votes cast, there were 30 more votes in this matchup. So they definitely brought their community out. The people came out to vote on this matchup. So although it didn't go in their favor, definitely they were working the polls out there.
Yeah. That's interesting. So what you're saying, because I've never really understood this. So people who are in the drug battle arena are voting for one battle and then just being
too lazy to click over one arrow. Yeah, just cast one more vote.
It's not like they had an opportunity to win a fluff or anything like that, just for clicking.
Or they want to remain neutral. Sometimes now when you get into these quite personal battles, you want to be neutral. So they're potentially going this, and I just don't. Yeah, so that's I prefer it's that than they're just unbelievably lazy, right?
Yeah, and I do want to make it extremely personal. So maybe that's why. Maybe those 30 votes went against us. Maybe I shouldn't have done what I did yesterday. But
right, it's true. Because Nicely's out there hustling the votes as well. So
that's right.
The two of them, they definitely got a lot of attention to their matchup.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's no greater hustler than Mr. Nicely.
Yes.
He got 4 kids to beat too. He threw that out there quite a bit. Got a lot of sympathy votes out there too with the 4 kids and liquid ETH.
Yeah,
so,
I heard he took them out onto the street, was signing people up on the street, giving them their own MetaMask wallet, dropping 0.001 ETH in there, so that an NFT, so they could go in and vote.
It's true. Wise man would have just been bribing people with taking up the 0.5 ETH and just left a little bit of vig in it, right? Would have made sense.
It's your strategy. Are you revealing your strategy early, Brooke?
It is now.
I see a lot of shout outs in the comments to the Pepe Ape Yacht Club, Nicely and Rollerblazer. Some of our members are in that community, so it sounds like they activated them too.
Yeah.
Pepe Ape crew in the house. And it doesn't sound like those Pepe Ape boys want the fluff that's on offer, or at least they want to minimize their chances of winning that. Yeah. All right. Well, look, Fresco, it's been a whole lot of fun having you guys play, and we look forward to you having a little bit more time up your sleeve for the battle of the bosses at the end of all of this to really start talking some shit when you go up against some of the other bosses in the competition.
Yeah.
And
let me say that we kind of saved a lot of things for the boss round. That's more important for us to win. I think that's where we want to step in. Put the full team behind.
Yes.
I don't want to go against Brooke because I don't want Dan Hooker to beat me up. I've already said some things about him. So Brooke's kind of the one I'm trying to avoid here. Arlo kind of brought some heat. I'm not really intimidated by the other bosses though. So
Just the friends of the other bosses.
yeah,
when
excited.
one of your mates is an MMA fucking legend, you kind of got to second guess your shit talk, right?
Don't want to draw Brooke. But everybody else, fair game. Looking forward to it. So thank you guys for having me.
Especially not with this incredible team that I'm like probably we're gonna.
We're all
Anyways,
dying to see it.
watch
Have you even
later,
chosen them yet? Somebody accept one of his
Yeah.
offers so we can have a team, for fuck's sake.
We'll
Okay,
discuss later in the show.
We gotta get Brooke some
All right.
Pedialyte or something, man. This man looks like he's been through war this last weekend. So
Yeah.
It's been good.
How many cans of Red Bull are we into already, bro? No, okay. Let's move on. Thank you, Fresco. Always a pleasure, champ. We'll see you again very soon on the show, buddy.
Yes.
You're a legend. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Fresco.
Shout out to the arcade guys. You guys are awesome. See you soon. Let's jump into the second boss battle that happened overnight. We saw the very strong No Cap We at War team take on one of the other drug overlords in Tyler Shields' Project Mayhem team, and the No Cap We at War team triumphed, as we can see there. And I believe this one was a fairly decisive victory, Arlo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was an old school, just ass whooping. 87-26, huge margin of victory there as far as the boss battles go. In Project Mayhem's defense, did we show the card already? We just showed it, right?
Yeah,
I guess
and
we
you
can
can
see
see
it
there the
anyway.
bounty that was picked up, which is one of Tyler Shields' NFTs and
It's a
curated.
very nice bounty. It's a Tyler Shields original. That's a 1 of 1 from a series, his pop art collection. There were only 100 of those released, each hand done, hand curated by Tyler. And a nice floor on those presently. And those were released before we released drug receipts, actually. So congratulations to No Cap We at War for picking that up. Everyone was kind of calling that a walk in the park or a cakewalk when they saw the matchup. I actually thought Project Mayhem, I mean, the team kind of grew on me. It didn't look very meticulously curated, but there's just something nice about the name is Project Mayhem. It looks kind of haphazardly thrown together, but the colors and the frame, I think it's kind of nice, but whatever. It's all immaterial. They got their asses handed to them. So congratulations to No Cap.
Yeah. And there's an interesting, there's been accusations that I was kind of trying to avoid that battle. I actually had a card to beat No Cap We at War. And I guess I'll share it not later in this show, but I'll share it later just in case. Like, that's how much I was planning this. Like, I have a No Cap beating card, which I can share with you guys maybe in Discord later today. It's pretty cool.
Well, so that is an advantage of being a boss, right? Is we see all the other teams that are out there. We all, you can kind of like curate to beat teams.
Yes.
So right. There's a lot of power that comes with being a boss for sure.
Yeah, and I'm still interested to see what your next number one smash hit is, Brooke Howard Smith. When you drop,
we could have. We had so many great musicians here over the weekend that it definitely crossed my mind. But that was my sober mind. It was crossed, and then very quickly things got away on us. So yes. Maybe for the boss wars. I started writing something. I don't know if you guys know, but I've written 2 number 1 songs. So I started writing something to take on, and then, well, actually it's co-written. I mean, but no, listen, who knows? Maybe by boss battles we'll do something.
All right, let's complete the round that was, and move on, as they say. To the next round. So are there any final thoughts for our teams that took a nosedive? Any maybe pearls of wisdom or words of advice that they might be able to bring to the boss round battles?
So listen, M&M's and No Cap We at War, I hope that they've enjoyed this fun, frivolous bonus round, but their destiny is all about the next matchup. I mean, they
Mhm.
right they each took care of business with the bosses, picked up a little nice something along the way. But this is about, you know, who is going to be the warlord, and that they have to face each other next. And so, however easy they thought this was, their next matchup is going to be just as hard as this was easy. So they have their work cut out for them. If they've been holding anything back, now is the time to bring it.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
cool.
no holds barred. You've got to go all out. I mean, the teams you're going up against have had a few weeks now of understanding how this competition works, building some fan
Mhm.
bases. The bosses are coming in cold. Yes, they are of note, and some of them have communities behind them as well, but they've
Mhm.
got to come in and bring fire straight out the gate. Really need to be dropping strong propaganda and getting in the Discord and drumming up support, I think, if they stand a chance at going up against some of these teams.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Where's that? What was that? No, I've lost it. Mad Cat or whatever it was that used to do that. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Let's have a look at the next round, which we are calling Division 3, Boss Battles Division 3. Who is in the arena? And those are live right now. We have... In fight number 2, we have the Blue Angels taking on Walker Blue Label. And in battle number 1, we have... In battle number 1, if our producer can switch to battle number 1... We have Menace to Sobriety taking on the Babes in Blue. Now, I really want to get started with this battle since it is battle number 1. So we've got the Babes in Blue who we can quite comfortably dox. I don't know if Metaverse D is in the show in the chat right now. I haven't seen anything pop in, but this is Metaverse D's team that's made it all the way to the final 8. A very strong contender taking on Menace to Sobriety. And I believe nobody knows who the boss is for Menace to Sobriety. So why don't we bring in the bosses for Menace to Sobriety?
I think
That
you're
was
in
a
charge of
massive
that, right?
We need to let's stop the screen share and bring up the guys that are waiting backstage, please, producer. Here we go. We have Captain
How's it
KBD in the
going?
house. Thanks for joining us, sir.
No worries. No
Welcome.
worries. Always
How are
fun
you?
to join. Calling in from the sunny shore, fresh from the freezing lands of Iceland. So it's nice to be a little bit one layer instead of the previous.
We're losing you. Are you guys getting a little bit of audio cut out there?
A little bit of delay on.
But I did hear
on-
I did hear Iceland, so there's a reasonable reason for this. Are you really in Iceland right now?
No, I wasn't in Iceland and in Spain.
Oh, in Spain. Awesome.
Iceland to Spain.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice. So
I see there's a on me.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
something going on with the
Okay.
audio there, Ted.
1 second.
let's
give me
let's
a
bring up.
Second,
Oh,
I'll
so for those of you who are watching and don't know this man on camera, let's bring up his collaborator in propaganda, and we'll announce who this team is. Come on up, old Greg. That should drop a huge signal to the people watching and tuning in. We have both old Greg and Captain KBD in the house. Welcome, old Greg. Nice to see you, friend.
You guys don't want me up here. Come on.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, man. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
In that hoodie, we want you up here for sure. Tilt the camera down a little bit. There you go.
Represent,
Yeah. You don't want to see the face. You just want to see that, right?
Exactly. Just put
That's
the
it,
hoodie
right?
on. Yeah. Hoodie full screen.
Nice.
It's the best clothing I have, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been
Did
rocking
we
that
just
for the
boot
weekend
KBD?
too.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh dang.
think
Yeah, I
Spanish.
don't want to take somebody's place, but
Got Greg.
you know, I had to quickly just show some stuff I found in Texas. So
Oh, what? Oh, you got that?
Yeah, that's right. He found
right.
the live
Sick.
hunt, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Wow, that's
super
cool.
pumped. So
That's
that's the real propaganda right there. So
Rockin'.
so Arcade's gonna be ready for the boss battle. So don't worry.
Very cool.
We got some stuff up our sleeve. So
Is that right? I mean, I always imagine
Yeah.
you guys have a really solid posse. So I want to hear all about it.
I think
So-
posse is the best description. I think actually. So.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of crossover between two of the bosses in this competition, right? So you guys are kind of sitting in two fences here with Arcade and also the current team, which is battling today. So Menace to Sobriety is actually the prawns that you guys are representing, right? So the prawns are in the house. Let's talk a little bit
Yeah.
about what's been going on over there in the prawns world.
But
What are you guys up
Is
to?
my
Can you
internet a
drop
bit-
anything?
better. Can you hear me a bit better now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
Oh.
4G. Yeah, the
Mm.
prawns. We've been doing a bit more on the wall. You know, and Richie Rich is our
Oh,
on that.
we're losing you again, Captain.
I'm loving
I
the
reckon-
disco lighting in the background, though, Cap.
No, but Captain, just lose your video, man. Let's lose video because we can hear you. It's going to be
All
easier.
right.
Yeah. Now talk.
Is testing.
Yes,
Try and-
coming through loud and clear.
Right, I will
Yeah.
browser that I have.
It's the same. That's the same thing.
Oh, this is. Oh my god.
I can tell you a little bit about the prawns.
Now,
Yes,
now
please
let's
do.
try
So
with your video
frustrating.
and no mic.
Is that better?
For those, yeah, I think so.
Fuck me.
Tr-
Better.
No.
Your video must
Look,
be
maybe-
one of those
maybe he can
vendors
turn his
that
video on
Brooke's
and-
on, right?
I think if we try to turn his video on and turn the mic off, and then Brooke can just do the audio for him while he moves.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
mouse.
Actually, that'd be great. Actually, you do that, and
Yeah.
I'll voice over. Here we go.
But
The
then Brooke,
prawns
you should
are a
turn your
group
video
set up by
off.
Richie Rich. Oh yeah, I'll turn my video off. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay, now here we go. So a little while ago, the prawns were set up by Richie Rich and a number of people in a group chat to start a community group focused on helping bringing light to some of the details around Fluff World. So it's a community organization, and you can go to the prawns.xyz and find the entire site that covers the Fluff ecosystem. Right there on there, there's like all about each of the Fluff ecosystem components. It'll even show you the floor price on each of the Fluff ecosystem objects. And so it's a large group. I think there's around 400. Captain, is around 400 people? How many people? 200 people in the prawns? There's only 2 people. 20. 25. No, there's like 200. 2,000 people in the prawns.
Somewhere
200 people
between
in the
2 and
prawns.
2,000.
Interestingly, the prawns also have a subgroup called the Prawn Crackers, and they are the crew that cracked all of the Easter eggs. And then Kyle, who was the leader of the Prawn Crackers, got hired by Fluff World to make the rest of the Easter eggs. So that's my little sidebar on that. But go to the prawns.xyz to find out more. Great.
That's really good.
There was a very
Thanks, guys.
slight delay, but that is definitely one of my favorite moments on the recaps so far. Yeah, there was
Fucking
quite,
hell.
not quite a perfect.
Brooke, I want
lead.
to see a little like physical manipulation, like a little like hold on, let me adjust my hat. I got to turn it around backwards.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good. That
It's getting a
would've
little
been
hot in
great.
here. I'm gonna take off my shirt.
That would
I'm
be
impressed.
that would
was
be
good.
Oh damn it, Arlo, that would have been so good, right?
That
Next one. We'll
that
get him
was
on the next
fresh.
one.
Hopefully tomorrow, when Kyle comes in for the recap of the recap, we can switch roles, and Kyle can do the
Yeah.
voice, and Brooke can do the lip syncing, and see what comes out of that.
Yeah, so-
that'll be interesting.
I know
So
Jesse's
Kyle-
just dying to
Really
do
good,
the
like-
voice for Brooke. She's been working on her Brooke impression.
Um
Have you heard it?
Oh no, I was off the podcast when she did that. I'm assuming it's racist. Is that right? Is it racist for New Zealanders? Is it like
Can you be racist against Kiwis?
xenophobic? I think is the correct term. But
maybe.
yeah. You
No,
can.
she gives it. No, it's an earnest try.
It's an earnest attempt, and it's actually
Earnest
you know
xenophobia.
drops a few of those Brookisms in there just nicely.
Really?
Used very well and effectively. Yeah. So
Oh, that's good.
you know.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, and
Maybe-
old Greg, I have to show something to you because Arcade, you guys have been like, I feel a little disrespected by Fresco since he came on and specifically said that he did not want Brooke, but he would take anyone else. And I would gladly, take on Arcade, although I feel like I'm sort of looking forward to something a little more challenging. But if I end up with you guys, I will happily vanquish you guys.
Look.
But you showed your propaganda, your ultimate propaganda. You realize who you're dealing with here, right?
Oh, you got more bottles than me, huh?
I am the bottle
I see.
creator. Right. This is right. There's no one you can
Hey,
go up
hey,
against in this project
hey,
who has
but-
more weapons than me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
all
like,
I
All right. Yeah, just kick me off now. We're already defeated,
All
I
I did.
guess.
Right. So yeah,
Dang it! I thought I had us like a little one up there, and
be careful what you guys. Be careful. what
I'm
you
doing
ask
worse
for.
than Fresco now. I should
Ugh.
have just went with the shit talking, I guess.
yeah, that's right.
Damn.
That's right.
But yes, so after the entire tournament is over, then there will be the battle of the bosses, and that's where the communities really can show their strength, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's where the popularity competition can really be, I guess, if like rolled out, and where Arlo's like veneer thin sense of security is tested. Like the sense of like, are you really the most popular person at Drug Receipts?
Well, you seem quietly confident there, Brooke. But you
No
do
shit,
know
no.
that-
I've got. Listen, I'm
You do know
not
that
here
we've
to
got
win.
Tyler Shields as one of the bosses, who is
Yep.
remarkably popular, and also
Oh no, I'll take him on in a heartbeat.
Ford
Fuck him.
Elon is also somewhat popular as well.
He's
So
got
if it becomes a
1.7 million
popularity
followers. It's
competition,
true.
yeah.
You guys might not have seen this, but I have a Twitter impersonator today. Please definitely report, block, and retweet like that, so that we can get this person, because they're trying to scam, right? So someone's bought 15,000. Have you guys seen this on Twitter this morning?
Yes,
happened?
we've seen it. All
Oh,
seriousness aside,
No. What I'm
yeah.
suggesting. Oh no, I feel like my point is no. Firstly, definitely do not click on any of the links. It's a wallet drainer, so definitely don't click
I
on the
saw
links.
that. Yeah.
But I'm trying to get that person with their 15,000 bots to help me win whatever happens now. So I've before they get banned from Twitter, I'm just trying to. That's my hope. I don't know where they are.
Honestly, it's probably the most remarkable clone scam I've seen. It's
Yeah.
it's a pretty
Yeah,
impressive
when-
attempt.
When
I
it
would
was
be
posted in our Slack, I'm like, I don't get it. What's the scam? Brooke is offering some weird bluff promotion. Good for him.
I hope one day I can get to Brooks level, and
Yeah.
have people making fake Twitters for old Greg,
That's right.
It's one of my true dreams,
I would click on your links for sure.
No.
Which,
You
by
should
the
never
way-
click on any of my even real links, honestly.
Brooke, me calling out Arcade, you're right about my tenuous sense of security. I specifically call out Arcade because I think that's probably the only team I actually could beat if it came down to a popularity contest. So it was somewhat strategic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to take that good and personal. Okay.
maybe
Right,
we
so-
should
Just take me off of here. Just take me off
Yeah,
of
what's
here. Gosh.
maybe we
I
should
don't
go-
know.
You're the only
All
team I can talk
this
shit on because you're
all this
here.
music for Drug Receipts, and gosh.
Okay.
No. I have the most love for Drug Receipts. So
It's mutual. It's mutual. We love you
Yeah.
guys a lot, and we're really grateful
Yeah,
for
yeah.
our association with Arcade and what great supporters you guys have been at the project.
Yeah. And and guys, I'm really excited to have the prawns in here because
Mhm.
now that I can. It's not me trying to be Kyle trying to talk. It's going to be a lot easier to kind of talk about how important these guys are as a community. This is like an incredible community. So, and I actually don't know if the original community came from the. Oh, he's doing it again. If the original community came from a chat group that I'm involved in, can you give me a thumbs up? Is this originally from Chad's chat group? Is that right? So a great friend of mine, Chad, who I'm guessing like I must have got into this whole thing. I don't know. It was just coincidence that he got into this, or if it was via me or via other folks. But set up a chat group. There are way more than 200 people in that chat group, though. I think, right? There's like 320 in that group, right? Maybe 400, and then 200 in prawns. And then Kyle was just doing such a good job cracking our Easter eggs that now you are a fully fledged employee of the team. Now, is that correct? I don't know what that means. Hard to say. Can't comment. Oh, yes. Okay, that's great. So, and now sets all sorts of challenges up, and yeah. But so now, what this means is that there are like 400 people in that chat group that these guys can bring to bear. So these are the guys you don't want to go up against. And who's up against them again?
It's Babes in Blue, so it's Metaverse D. She's going to really need to bring her her A game, because you're absolutely right. It's such a close knit community of prawns. They're really I'm 100% sure they're going to rally together. I'm expecting to see maybe the largest vote count of any battle so far in this particular round.
Hope so. I mean, that's the whole idea, of course. Like for a lot of, when I mentioned in the chat group about drug wars at the start, and there's people in there that own drug receipts but aren't as active in the community, right? Because they, the board them got involved, and then when they saw the website, they were just blown away because, again, everything that yourself, Arlo, Acro, Don, the creative team is putting together is so slick. So it's going to be a great chance for the prawns to expose more people to that website. They can go in there, they can build their own battle card. Really awesome.
Yes, it's going to be a big fight, this one. So, Kyle's dropping some alpha in the internal chat because he is limited to text only in this live broadcast. So his beautiful, pretty face masked in that lovely cap is there for your visual pleasure, but unfortunately, his commentary is only for the people internally here. Prawns can download all the assets. Means something. Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, it means you can go into the prawns.xyz, which is the website, and you can download all your assets from there. It's effectively a de facto Futureverse ecosystem kind of plus website, and it just shows again the power of Web3, where communities can bring in all the experts that have kind of joined their community. They can rally together, and they built probably one of the best websites in Web3. And it's really helped. It's where I send anyone that wants to learn about the ecosystem. I just send them straight there, right? Because it's got everything right there. Yeah. Shout out to Richie Rich, who will be absolutely key in rallying this team to victory. So
hopefully we can have Rich on the show tomorrow. But Rich sends his apologies to the audience. He's unable to make it because he's on drop off for the kids. And then he told me he has a very serious meeting with his son after that.
Yes. Okay.
So,
cool. Okay.
It is what it is.
Moving along, Trevor.
Okay, let's go and have a quick look at. There's a couple of things here in. You guys have got some propaganda, so we will use this opportunity right now. People watching, drop some of your propaganda as a message and some shots fired. Let's get the producer to bring up one of the propaganda images, and you guys can talk us through it.
Well, is there a producer?
There is a producer. Not me. Look, no hands. We have a producer.
Okay.
Producer Don.
Yes, the are for the people.
Yes, your vote matters. And you can get a glimpse of the team there if you haven't already been into the battle arena and seen them already in there. And the lore for this team is particularly good as well. I thought.
Well, I think Captain KBD is being done a disservice right here, right? Because he's not able to talk about the teams, not able to talk about the propaganda. But so if you read the lore, it's about partying. Like it's a feel-good team. Like it's a party team. It's for the people. It's for a good time. And so then the propaganda that they're putting out is in that spirit, right? This is like feel-good, fun, party propaganda. So if you're down with that, if you can get behind that, then this team, Menace to Sobriety, is the team for you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it sort of taps into that whole concept of democracy, where if you can't be fucked understanding anything about any of the people who are putting themselves forward for the next leader, you just party vote, right? You just go in and go 1, 2, 3, or party vote for one whole particular party. So these guys have tapped into that mentality as well, and it's just, you don't have to think too much. Just get in and party vote the prawns, and you'll be all good. So really nice, guys. Here's the next one: party, 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 vote. Menace to sobriety. All the other votes are not party votes, so don't waste your vote. Party with the prawns. It's a prawn party.
Clever. I love it.
Are you
Maybe
guys
I
putting out a
should have gone that
prawno?
way.
I just had to get that in. Is there going to be any? Is there a prawno? Are we going to see prawnhub.com or something like that happening from you guys?
Prawn Hub was the original. I think, was that the original idea for the website, guys? I think I saw that in the chat. Yeah.
So if Babes in Blue are able to take down the Menace to Sobriety team, we will see some prawno action on the show tomorrow.
Done. Great.
Locked in.
Thanks so much for coming in, guys. And Carl, we'll get the old mic set up for tomorrow. I don't know what that is, but
hey, old Greg, are we going to get a track for the Battle of the Bosses? Is there going to be an arcade track? That's
I don't know.
Yes.
You ruined my last one. Like you got more bottles than me. I mean, I can't give you anything else. I feel like,
Dude, these bottles aren't really mine. They go out to people. So you've got one. So I think that you're in good company. I don't like holding on to these. I like getting them out to people. So the fact that you have one, that's what stokes me out.
Yeah, man. I was nervous. I had it in my car for like a month, and I was just like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna get pulled over, and somebody's gonna be like, you're going to jail, sir. So glad I pulled that out. So
nice.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna have some tricks up our sleeve, and I'm going to threaten everybody and tell them I'm not doing any more Discord crawls if we lose. So.
Oh,
well,
don't do
you're
that.
more than welcome to you're more than welcome to hit our Discord, mate, and spin some tracks for it to drive some votes your way. Let's thank the prawns for joining us on the show today. You guys rock, and good luck in the battle arena, and hopefully we can hear from you tomorrow when we do the recap of what's going down. Get out there and vote, people. Thanks, guys. Let's move on.
Arcade. Thanks, prawns.
Two of my favorite community members of the entire ecosystem, community members there. Both of them, I think, like my first encounter with old Greg was coming into Miami for the very first Fluff House. He was really active and kind of helping inspire, just as we were kind of starting to navigate the world of the music loving Web3 folk. And then of course Kyle, I mentioned, has become kind of infamous as being one of the smartest, most clever human beings in the ecosystem, and is now creating Easter eggs. Brilliant. Okay, let's move it on.
Let's move it on. All right, so we have the second battle. Let's just bring it up on screen again so everybody gets a little bit of a quick look at the battle number 2 today. Going down right now live in the battle arena is the Blue Angels taking on Walker Blue Label. And as we announced very recently, the Walker Blue Label team is in fact our good friends over at Crypto Walkers. And we have one of them in the house to join us for the broadcast. Please, ladies and gentlemen, make a silent YouTube welcome for Treehorse. Welcome, friend.
Awesome.
Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, good, friend.
Really good. We've got audio this time, but it feels like video was frozen.
And a beautifully frozen image of you there, looking dapper.
And
very dapper.
Yeah, I'll kill the camera and see how that does. How's this? Is this smoother?
That'll do.
Well, I think it looks better, like with the bouncing T. How are you, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I'm really good. I'm really good.
Okay, as you can see.
It's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's great to meet you guys in person, in a sense. See you guys in the space a lot, so it's kind of like, all right, here we are. How's it going?
Yeah, well, I'm a big Walkers fan. I think of the Fluff founders, I was the first person to really start kind of like championing the Walkers. I love them. It's fantastic. So it's so good to have you on the show, bro.
Awesome. You guys have all been making the work that we look up to and look towards over at Crypto Walkers. So yeah, it's a great
Awesome.
How long have you guys been a part of all this? I mean, I know Fluff is like it kind of merged at the same time as us, but was many years in the making.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we started Non-Fungible Labs in January 2020, and then Fluff was August. We had a couple of other projects before then, and then we started Drug Receipts planning in September, right, Arlo? And then I think Mint was March, right? So that's the timeline. Done.
So Treehorse, can you give us a little bit of an update on what's been going on over at Crypto Walkers? We know you guys have been very, very busy, and there's a lot coming down the pipeline for you guys. What can you share with people who are tuned in right now?
Well, when I first came to the project, for example, it was before Mint, and we were grinding to get listed, all that kind of stuff. And I remember, you're just trying to rack up XP, and then a rumor started going through the general chat that, hey, these could be NFTs for a video game. And then it could be a first-person shooter. And that got everybody excited. And that sort of like set the tone for the project. The ground beneath the project keeps shifting beneath our feet to become this bigger and bigger and bigger thing as the space grows and more interest comes in and investors express interest. And the team connecting with Outlier Ventures was a really large step that just sort of catapulted everything. So it went from the original idea that the founders had was no one's done a walk cycle NFT yet. We'll do ours fully rigged. And then it has then bloomed into a game with all these characters, all these weapons. We're going to do a metaverse. And then all the partnerships has been very exciting. So our female launch has taken a little longer than expected, but primarily that's because of the collaborations we're doing with other projects to get their traits onto some of the females and things like that. So it's a really exciting place to be in. I feel blessed to have landed a job with the project because I was just there as a collector. So big things coming. We're pretty excited. I work there and I keep buying walkers. So being made, and I'm still accumulating. If that tells anybody anything.
There's a natural progression with employees being paid in ETH, and then effectively just spending it all on collections. That's happened in every single collection I know of. So it's we're all so passionate about it, right?
It's a little bit like the kid that starts their first job at KFC, right? And they spend 80% of the salary straight back into their lunch and dinner breaks. Yeah, we're all slowly but steadily spending all of our salaries back into Drug Receipts and Walkers and Fluff World Assets and everything else. Exactly. I mean, we all live on the breadline. So that we can buy more NFTs. We negotiate our pay so that we can just buy more NFTs. Let's be honest.
Indeed.
Exactly. Okay, I failed to off-ramp my ETH into my bank account, USD into the bank account more times than I'll admit. It's a problem.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly right. Okay, let's see this, guys.
Let's do it. So let's bring up the cards and have a look at this matchup, please. So these guys are joining us in. The Crypto Walker community is a very strong community. We've seen them in and out of our Discord many times. We've been in and out of theirs as well. So there's a really close relationship between the Drug Receipts community and the Crypto Walkers community. So I'm expecting this one to be another big battle. And I also know that the team captain for the team that they're up against is also a Walker holder and is a pretty prominent member of the Crypto Walkers community as well. So it's going to be an interesting one, this one indeed. So, Arlo, what do you make of the curation? They also look pretty similar, right?
Yeah, you're right on. So the Blue Angels are going up against the Babes in Blue in their next matchup, right? Those are the Division 3A and Division 3B winners. So it's an all blue matchup that's coming up. And so it's kind of interesting that also here in the boss rounds, we are seeing so much of the dark blue. I mean, I think we have something like 12, maybe somewhere in the range of like 12 to 14 different background colors. But in these two matchups between Blue Angels and Walker Blue Label, and in the other matchup between the Babes in Blue and Menace to Sobriety, save for 2 NFTs, they are all dark blue backgrounds. And even you'll notice, so Walker Blue Label is using the exclusive purple boss frame, but in the other matchup, Menace to Sobriety, although they have access to the purple boss frame, they actually chose to go with a blue frame. Our producer's drunk, but that's all right. There you go. So you can see there, that's the other frame, where that is a boss frame on the right, but they've chosen to go with blue. So in all these matchups, lots of blue going on. Another interesting thing about Walker Blue Label is that they've used all of the lipstick trait. It's a team tabby, so they are all tabbies. They've all got lipstick. Maybe the one in the top left has lipstick on underneath the hockey mask, but for all we know, they are all lipstick. And you've got a couple of there that are actually walking. And as our guest mentioned, right, one of the things that the walkers are known for is that they were the first NFT to have the walk cycle. So playing on it in the name, Walker Blue Label, you've got it in the NFT traits. And in the lore, once you get in and read the lore, there's kind of a 0x Cthulhu theme going on with the light and the dark a little bit. And I know all these projects are friendly. So maybe Treehorse can give us a little insight into the team or the lore, if there's anything we should know about it.
Yeah, sure. First, we chose all female presented characters because we got our female collection coming out. We wanted to do a little like I don't know, is the word synergy? Line that up. Try and be on theme. Try and promote Drug Wars and our upcoming collection at the same time. And there's a little bit of like added drama here that you guys might not know about. When we first heard about Drug Wars, Shay, our wonderful CMO, who you guys know, I'm sure. She said, "Okay, Aaron, you need to talk to this guy, Bildo Verde. He's the guy that can explain Drug Wars to you better than anybody that's short of anyone working on the project." So Bildo gave me about an hour of his time to on-ramp me to drug receipts and suggest like, you want to do this, you want to do this. Here's what would make a good team. Here's what would make a bad team. And here we are. So
how interesting. Yeah. You ended up matched up against Bildo. That's great. The universe, man, the universe works in mysterious ways.
I don't want to be ungrateful, Bildo, if you're listening, but it is gonna feel awful to take you out right now. I know you're really looking for the bounty, but sorry, what can we do? Winning is winning.
Have we announced the bounty yet?
We haven't announced the bounty, so maybe Treehorse can drop that while we're here now, so that Bildo knows what he's playing for. But yeah, I really love the idea that he's helped you get to where you are, and then you just demolish him as your community comes in and just whitewashes him in the battle itself. It's going to be a bittersweet victory, I think.
Yeah, I might also just be talking shit because we're already getting beat 3-1, so we're gonna have to step up here. Bildo is not to be underestimated.
Absolutely not.
He's a formidable competitor for sure.
He very much is, and he's a very strong networker, Bildo. He's got his fingers in a lot of different pies, so he brings people from all over the place in to vote. So yeah, you're going to have to really stretch, I think, and drop some heavy propaganda and really get out there and do some work to take him down.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Brilliant. Looking forward to it, guys. Is that open now? Is that voting open right now?
The voting is open. The battle is on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Exciting.
Battlearena.drugreceipts.com. You can go and vote straight away.
Done.
Amazing. So,
21 hours left to vote.
Brilliant.
Just 21 hours. And do we have a visual of the prize that they're fighting for? I've got it on my screen. Can I just bring it up?
Yeah.
Let me just share my screen one moment. Producer, you're taking over.
Producer and Trevor, you're also just about to lose me. I've got a 9 o'clock meeting here.
All right. There it is. So that's the bounty
awesome.
on the table at the moment. So I'm sure that Bildo's got his eye on that. I love the club. Is that a reference to
Yep.
to a zombie TV series that happened a while back? That was a really gripping watch. All right, so
Hard to
that's
say.
the battle that's what we're up against. Fighting it out. If Bildo can take down the Crypto Walkers team, he will pocket that particular NFT. If not, it goes into the major prize pool, which I believe No Cap thinks he has his eyes set strongly on.
Was that the bounty, or was that home video footage of Bildo walking on a treadmill?
Doxed right here on the recap. It all comes at you. You never know what's going to happen when you tune in to the Daily Drug Wars recap.
I mean, you really never do. So this is what happens when you schedule it where your producer. It's 3 a.m. where the producer is, right? Is that right? So we may want to rethink our strategy here, guys. Okay.
There's nothing like drug receipts flying by the seat of our pants. We
You are
have
going to
team
have
all over the world.
You know what else we used to do in radio a lot is tease things we didn't deliver on. So you're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning to see my team. But I can tell you. Can I tell you that I just did the deal to lock in the final character in the last minutes before 9 o'clock this morning. I just did I think it's a good deal, very generous deal. I had to coerce and bribe someone. I have my final character. Mine is a bit more meaningful. I like what you guys are doing with your partying and all of this. I'm trying to find a universal message that we can all agree on, and do something meaningful. So, I think people will relate to it. I will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same back channel.
Tune in tomorrow, folks.
Thank you so much, Treehorse, and give our love to Shay and the rest of the CW family. Really appreciate you guys being in this crazy wider ecosystem. And thanks, Drug Receipters DRXs. I will see you soon.
See you, Brooke.
Yeah, can't wait to see your team.
Then maybe see, to my team tomorrow.
So yes, tune in tomorrow, folks, when we will drop Brooke's team that has just been finalized, and we'll be battling it out tomorrow. Nothing like this.
He knows we have to see it before the actual recap tomorrow, right? Like we actually have to get it programmed into the battle arena.
Yeah, he did have a deadline that was about a month ago to get this done.
Yeah. He was Okay. We'll
Anyway.
follow up with him offline.
These are the conditions that we have known to love, working with one of our very organized and disciplined founders. Okay, thank you so much, Treehorse, for joining us on the show, brother.
Yes, thank you, Treehorse. Thank you, Crypto Walkers.
Yeah, Crypto Walkers stepping into the game has been a really, really big level up for everybody, and it's generated a heap of excitement in the community. So
we're big fans.
The next
awesome, and I just want to say thanks to you guys for putting on something that's fun and ongoing in the ecosystem. I feel like the thing we're all most excited for about what all this is and will be is the layer of fun and activity and things that we can do together and stuff. So thank you for setting such a great example. I mean, this has been a lot of fun to pay attention to, be engaged in, see what everybody comes up with. It's a trip. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much. And we'll hopefully you've got some time, same time tomorrow, and we can have a little bit of a chat about how everything goes down. Good luck over the next 21 hours or so. And good luck to all of the people battling at the moment in the battle arena. Make sure you jump in there and vote. You could win a fluff just for voting. Every time you vote, that's an entry. So we're just going to pool all of the votes into a big barrel and a big virtual barrel and spin that virtual barrel and then put a virtual hand into that virtual barrel and pull out a virtual result, and that person will win a fluff. So that's a pretty exciting carrot hanging in front of you to get your votes in. Good luck to everybody. Thank you, Arlo. Always a pleasure, sir. We will see you all again. Same bat time.
Bye, Skylar.
Snuggle station and all of that stuff. Thank you and good night.
Don, wake up.
That's professional, isn't it? Look at that.
Don, the show's over.
Shall I...
Attention! Attention! Citizens of the drug receipt community, the floodgates have opened. The games have begun.